Hello everybody. Gee, tongue-tied this morning. I'm on early today because I'm going out for coffee with a friend, so I've got a little bit of time before she picks me up, and I thought I'd hop along and do a quick video in the time that I've got. So please forgive any lapses in my speaking because it's earlier than what I'd normally video. I'm first up going to show you, I mentioned the stickers I'd purchased yesterday, so I thought I'd just show you those. So hopefully you can see that these cute little animal ones. I've used a sticker from each sheet in my journal yesterday, and they've got this sparkly silver surrounds, and then this one with the different smiley faces. I thought they'd be really useful to accent how I was feeling on a particular day in my journal. So get that out the way. So today I'm going to work with the collage masterboard that I did in yesterday's video, inspired by my good friend Lydia over at February and June, and she did these in one of her videos from last year, I think it was, from Scrappy September, made these giant letters like these out of a collage masterboard, and I was really inspired, so I did some for this journal entry here. It says full. So it's collage masterboard that I've then hand drawn some letters on and cut them out, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm going to do some more of that today with this masterboard that I made, and I've got the scrap left over from which is what I made those other letters out of, but I'm going to try some different things. So I've got a couple of masterboards or scraps here, and I've got a Pitt pen which has got a brush tip. I've got some metallic Sharpies, so I've got silver, bronze and gold. Just might play with those a little bit. I've got a black Sharpie, so all these Sharpies are not the finest ones, they're just kind of like the normal ones. And then I've got this black fine liner, which is a scented one. It smells like licorice. So they're just super fun to use, and it's a nice fine tip. So a selection of pens there to use. I do like to use a fiber tip pen for this as opposed to a biro. A biro will work perfectly well though, so if that's your preference or all that you've got, then absolutely go for it. Experiment with what you like. I like the definition that black gives me, especially when the background can be quite busy with a collage, and with bits of text and things on, you kind of don't want to compete with that. So I like a nice bold strong colour that will be easily seen over top. So that's all the supplies. Oh, and a pair of scissors, and if you have them, a pair of fussy cutting scissors too, depending how closely you want to cut out your letters. So I'm just going to pop those in front of me as well. So I've written out a few things that I might want to create words for, and I thought one for today, I'm just trying to work out which, but I might use up the scrap first, as I'm going out for a coffee date with my friend. So I thought the word coffee would be a really good addition for my journal when I come to do my journal spread. I'm sorry, I'm continually rubbing my hands because it's cold inside. Beautiful day outside, but it's really cold inside, and I haven't lit the fire. So if you hear me rubbing my hands or see it, that's because I'm actually quite cold. But I'm going out, so there's no point lighting it. Okay, I'm going to choose a pen. I'm just going to go with the black Sharpie, I think. And I'm going to hand draw the word coffee. Now let me say first up, I despise my writing. I really do. I don't like my handwriting. I think it's horrible. So if you think that your handwriting is horrible, be encouraged. It doesn't matter. This is something that really celebrates the wonky, the imperfect, and the quirky. So it's absolutely perfect for my handwriting. And you're not doing straight handwriting, you're kind of just doing essentially shapes that spell out. And I'm I'm not even keeping to the same size, and I'm not worried about that. And I'm just doing blocky type letters. And if you run out of space, you just carry it down because you're going to be cutting them out anyway. But I think, oops, I've got a little fragment on my tip of my Sharpie. I think I can get another one in there. And if you make a mistake, well, you're just working with scraps, so just do it again somewhere else and it'll be fine. So there we go. I might actually go in with my fussy cutting scissors, and you can cut right up against the black, or you can leave a little border on the outside. I left a border on the full in my journal. I'm not going to cut all these out, by the way, just if you're worried that I'm going to sit here fussy cutting all through the video. Fear not, my friends. I'm just demonstrating the C. And even your border doesn't have to be even. It's just a playful bit of fun. And you can theme it to your style. So if you're a more neutral kind of person, then do a neutral masterboard and then do this with it. So there we go. We've got a little C. So how cute is that? I think that's really fun. And then you end up with these little scraps left, scraps from scraps, and these are quite thick because they're already backed onto paper. So they're just going in the bin. Right. They've had their day. It's only so far you can keep your scraps. Right, so I'm going to cut that out later on. I won't do it on video, like I was saying. I'm not going to sit here cutting. Now, I did think if I did a date. Now, I don't want to do the word on the same spread and then have a date in the similar style. So I thought I would do a date for tomorrow. And I'll switch over masterboards so that I haven't got the same sort of papers from day to day. Maybe this bit down here. And I'm looking to capture different pieces within my numbers. So I'm going to do the 25th, which I think is tomorrow's date. But if I chose like this area, I might get it all and only have blue. Now, if that's what you want, by all means do it. But I'm looking to capture different textures and colours within my date. So I'm going to come up a little bit, and I'm just doing the same thing, drawing the outline of my numbers. And for this one, I might do a little TH as well. I don't always do the, I don't know what they call it, like the ND or the TH after a date, but sometimes I do. Sometimes it just makes more sense to me to have it there. Okay, so I've done that. Now, if you want to, I'm going to colour in the TH. You can come in with a pen, and maybe I'll do it with a, what colour would suit? Maybe the silver. And you can make little marks, and I'm just going to go in here and do some little dots. And this is great if you happen to have a bit that's got a more plain background on the collage, like this blue. And I'm trying to be random and not succeeding here. So it tended up to be a bit more gritty than what I'd anticipated. Be random. And I don't know whether you can see that in camera. I'll lift it up a bit closer. I don't know if you can see those dots. They do have a subtle shine, but just adds a little bit more interest. Now for this one, I'm just going to give a rectangle cut for a start. And have a look. Actually, I might fussy tear this one. So I'm just going to go in and tear roughly around the outside of my numbers. and letters. So I want to look at different ways that you can compose these, I guess is the word. Yeah, I can't think of a better word at the moment. As I said, it's still quite early in the morning, so my words aren't quite coming to me the same. So I'm just going to ditch my scraps. It's like that they've had enough airtime. So there we go. We have a fussy torn 25th. So if you can imagine that on your journal page, it'll look super lovely. Okay, now I thought also I might go ahead and do a word for a different style of word. And this will be for the month of September, so I might use it on the first day of September in my journal. So I'm going to use my Pitt brush pen. It's quite a fine tip, and just for something different to use. And let's see if I can be a bit more playful in my styling of letters. It's some curly cues, and it's probably going to look hideous, but hey, it's only for my journal and it's just experimenting. So I've done a curly Q, S, and then I seem to be going plain for my other letters. That's okay. Mix it up, mix and match. It's all the name of the game. And see, I've got that mostly on the text. So I'm going to put a little line under here, just because. And I'm going to thicken up my S a bit more because it's getting a bit lost. So just give it an extra layer, thickening up that line and making it darker as well. The Pitt pen sometimes reacts differently on different papers. It goes a bit almost translucent on some papers. Not quite sure what that's about. Maybe the absorbency of the paper. So just keep going until you're happy. Right. So there we go. And this one I'm just going to straight cut. Now I haven't actually written it straight, so I'm going to try and cut straight to the words and not to my masterboard. And it may be hard to see on camera, but it's perfectly readable in real life. So I can use this as a heading for the first day of September, or sometime during September. I can add that in as a little heading for my journal page where I've got perhaps not so much to write about, or I've got no photos or something to add. Right, hopefully this is giving you some ideas on how a different way you can use your masterboard. I will link Lydia's video. It's a really nice compact little video and super cool, and the wee story she tells with it is cute as well, and I'm not going to spoil the story because it's fun. Right, now I did have another idea. I did not write it down. I am currently working on a journal which I'm titling Playful Days. I'm thinking this one might be better because it's more colourful, and it's a journal that I want to have lots of colour in. Just trim that off. And I've got this brown though. Almost like I need to do another masterboard that's more colourful. I know. I've got something over here I can use. This is a Yellow Pages phone book, and I've collaged scraps in it. So I want that one or that one. I haven't actually put anything in this for a while, but let's just take this page. But it's a really fun way to use up your scraps, and I might do this during Scrappy September. Have a session where I put some scraps into my scrapbook. Essentially that's what it is, it's a scrapbook in the complete sense of the word. Okay, so what I am thinking, I think I need to use black again. Where did I put my black? There it is. Okay, think, get my words out. What I'm thinking is doing a title, Playful Days, that might go on the cover, but I suspect not, because I'm sort of still developing ideas for the cover I want to do, and I think I'm going to go fabric, in which case I wouldn't want to be putting paper onto the fabric. Not what I want to do anyway. But which I might still be able to use to decorate a page with. So if I grab a page, blank page here. So imagine this is in my journal, my Playful Days journal, and I've cut out Playful Days and use it down the edge of a page within the journal so that there's writing space but there's some fun elements there. Thought that might be a nice way to do something different in a journal that you're personally not going to be writing in. If you're making it for somebody or making it for sale. So again, I'm just having a look where I might want to start this, and I might not do it in a line, I might move around according to getting different bits and pieces. So I might put P down here, and my lettering tends to be quite blocky when I do this style. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm not worried if I end up wasting bits of this because it is just rescued scraps, and I'm not worried about getting the same size because it will be absolutely fine. So because it's all about playful and I want it full of bright colours, I'm just making sure I capture lots of different colours. So A, bit up here, do the Y up here, and turn your paper around. Look at it from different angles. Don't have to look at it just one way. An F over here. Capture some of this orange down here. U. I probably should put some time into developing a lettering style. Just add it to the list of things that I'd like to do. Another L. Playful. And now we need days. So let's come over here for a D. Yeah, my handwriting has always been bad. Well, I consider it bad. And when I was at primary school, every year there's the AMP show, so the Agricultural and Pastoral Show, which is a big event. And as a school, there were several categories that we put things into. And one of those categories was handwriting, and my handwriting was never put in that category. There was only, some people's chosen to go into each category, and I never got my handwriting put into a category. And so I learnt from a young age that my handwriting wasn't great. And so one year, and I don't know how old I was, 10, 11 maybe, and I tried my hardest. I worked at my handwriting and I put every effort into it, and it did improve, to be honest, it did improve. But I still didn't like it. But I got chosen to go in. 1 year my handwriting got put into it, and I got nothing. There was no commended, no highly commended, nothing. It just sat on the wall with nothing on it, whereas I think most other people's had a a prize on theirs, and mine had nothing, and it kind of just reinforced that my handwriting was horrible. And then going into high school, we had to take notes very, very quickly as the teacher was talking or writing on the board or presenting notes. And we just had to write very, very quickly. So my handwriting deteriorated. And now my handwriting is just atrocious. I can read it. I have to say that. I can read it. But sometimes, like, the words are just like almost a line because I've just flattened it so much. I still know what it says, and if I slow down, it is better. Like in my 5-year 1 line a day journal, which I just started at the beginning of August, I'm trying to write more slowly, and it's, you know, totally legible, but it's still not what I would call pretty. It's not pretty writing, it's just readable, and it's mine. You know, it is mine. Right, so I've got all my letters, and I'm trying to decide whether I want a border. I think I do want a border. I can always trim the border off later if I don't want the border, if I change my mind. And doing individual letters this way is quite fun too, because if you do muck one up, rather than rewriting the whole word, you just have to rewrite that letter. Or if you do make one that's substantially smaller or bigger than the majority of them, then just redo that letter. So I find this is less risky, doing individual letters, than it is doing a word like this, where it's designed to be completely intact as is. So I think I will have enough space in between these that I can still do other things with the masterboard. And I might have to go in and glue some edges down I can see that are lifting, which is fine. So I'll keep that bigger scrap, and this wee scrap can go. So they're relatively similar sizing. So on a page, if I put that on my page, which will show up more easily. Now if I put Playful Days, and the thing I like about using, I'm just going to grab the C, with these letters too, is you can make it fit. So if the words, or words or phrase, whatever you're doing, is longer than the space that you've got, then you can just overlap them, you can angle them different ways. And for a theme like Playful Days, that just really works with the words as well. So you can really have some fun mixing and matching, playing around, doing different things. If you were confident to do a block word in a row, then you could, and let's see if I can, rather than just talking about it, let's see if I can do it. What word do I want to do? I wish you could tell me while I'm doing this. Give me some ideas of what word I want to do. Come on, need to make a decision quickly. Okay, let's do friends. Just because my friend's coming to pick me up, if for no other reason. So I'm going to do friends in my same block letter style. And trying to do it in a row. Oops, I had a sudden thought there. Am I spelling it right? Isn't it funny how your brain just goes on shut down sometimes? It's like, oh, am I actually doing the right thing? So this is quite a plain one, but that's all right. I can go in and dress it up with some coloured pencils or some Sharpie or fine liners. You know, you can make it more interesting, and I think I've gone down in size as I've gone along. Right, I'm just going to cut a rectangle to begin with, just so it's easy to work with. And I'm not going to individually cut out each letter. I'm just kind of go almost cloud-like, would perhaps be a way to describe it. Curly, curvy, curvaceous. Now I'm coming out with all sorts of words, aren't I? Just to make it interesting and sort of loosely following the contours of the letters, but adding in a few dips and hills, if you like. And then you could further dress it up. Because this is relatively plain, I might do this just to show different ways you can get arty with your lettering. Right, throw out those bits. Okay, so I've got word friends, if you can see that. And I'm going to go in and I'll grab over my glue block to put this on so that it captures the overflow. And I might actually find a yellow, so I'll go in my sock. There's a box of socks. Makes a great holder for my Sharpie markers. And I'm going to use a yellow just because I feel like it, because I feel like I need some warmth right now. And yellow seems to be a warm colour, happy colour as well. And I'm just going to give it an edge, just running the tip of the marker around the edge that I've cut. Oh, gone all quiet, haven't I? Concentrating on getting along the edge. And friends would actually be a good word for a playful days. Oops, that's the lid to my scissors, not my Sharpie. Put them away. For my playful days journal. Okay, so that's given it a nice little edging. And perhaps an orangey colour. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to draw the letter again inside the block letters. I could do this in yellow as well, but I just felt like adding some more colour since the background was fairly plain of colour. It's only a little bit near the beginning. Just to do something a little bit different. And you could go as crazy as you want, but hopefully that's enough to just give you an idea of some different things you can do. So I think that's super fun. So there we go. I think that's my video for today. I'll get it uploading before my friend picks me up, and then I will finish it off this afternoon. So it won't be up till this afternoon. But hopefully this was inspiring, and it was inspired by Lydia. So I will definitely link her video. And then I've got some more cutting of letters out to do for my playful days and my coffee. So there we go. Hope that was enjoyable, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.